to my channel, guys. Most times, why do a lot of men and women stay in a toxic relationship and it will be very hard for them to get out? I think mostly because they have not taken their time to identify the potentials and the values they have for themselves. Because it's only when you identify the value you have for yourself that will prompt you to know how someone else should treat you. Because irrespective of that, I don't see the reason why someone should stay in a relationship that is not meeting up with their expectation, whether it's in a relationship or marriage or partnership or any kind of relationship it is. And the points I'm going to give you guys today will let you walk out of a relationship that you feel that is not really reaching out the potentials and your expectations in your relationship. So today, just calm down, relax, take anything you want to eat, take anything you want to think, because I'm going to bring it down practical for all you guys, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, but this will let you to let go of that relationship that is not working and move on without a guilt, without feeling that guilt that, oh, I'm not supposed to leave him, or anyway, I love him. No. So this video will help you to let go and move on and be your best self in the new year, okay? So if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Lush Moors, guys, and I make relationship videos. This point in letting you move on happily without any guilt is identifying the reality of that relationship, okay? You have to sit down by yourself and you alone, not me. You cannot involve Lush because I don't know what is going on in that relationship, okay? First of all, identify the reality of that relationship. Is this relationship making you happy? Is this relationship hurting your internal person? Is this relationship fulfilling the desire that made you to decide to be with a partner? Okay, so first of all, when you identify the reality of that relationship, that will help you to know your goal, and that will help you to know if actually the direction you are moving in is where you are supposed to be going. Because until you identify the nature and the reality of that relationship, you'll still be feeling guilt in leaving that individual. But a lot of people have been in a toxic relationship for a long time, so everything in that relationship became normal to them. It became a norm, you know. There is something that is called syndrome of an abused woman or even an abused man, because in anywhere you find all these things, a man can be abused, a woman can be abused in a relationship, okay? So when that kind of thing comes in, it becomes an addiction. You are now addicted to that particular person. And that's why you feel anytime you want to leave them, you start with, how can I move on with my life? Can I be able to survive? No, it's called an addiction. And if you only identify this as an addiction, that's when you now treat it as an addiction. Because an addiction is that thing that you can't let go. Okay, so you must really identify the reality of this relationship, the situation that you are currently in. Now you treat those bad things, the toxicity that you're receiving from that relationship, as an addiction, because you have now find yourself addicted with that individual. I don't know if you guys are really getting the point, because these are practical things that happen, and most of us go ignorantly without identifying that an addiction is not only when you drink alcohol. No. An addiction is not only when you smoke. Addiction can come from being with a toxic person. Now, the second point that will help you to let go of that relationship is damage that being with that person has caused you. There are a lot of people you be with, even in marriage, that affects your mental health. Because many people are walking out every day feeling so ignorant of mental health. And people are, when I really sit down and look at how people behave sometimes, I notice that a lot of people are carrying a lot of issues from their past relationship into their new relationship. And without them knowing, it is affecting their everyday life. And that is called the damage from your relationship. Okay, and most times this comes from even your past relationship to your new one. So you have to identify the damage that is happening in your life currently and in future. Some of us here that are in bad relationship or relationships that we want to go out, it affects them in workplace. It affects their mood. It makes them not happy. It makes them always antagonistic, and it makes them not be their best person. You find someone that is always cheerful. Hi guys, how are you guys doing? And you find them from being moody. Even some of them, when in a workplace, they cannot even give in their best, because why? Their mind is not there. Their mind is consumed by the damage that the relationship they're into is causing in their present life. And these damages cannot be ignored, because the danger of ignoring these damages is that the more you ignore it, the more it keeps progressing, and it affects all aspects of your life. And mostly, I notice this especially in women. Yes, once a woman is not happy in her relationship, It affects her all over her life. It affects her in her family relationship. It affects her with her siblings. It affects her in her workplace. Even it affects her internally and mentally. Women are so connected emotionally. I'm a woman. And I've been married for like 15 years now. So I know what I'm saying, okay? Being a woman, I'm not like trying to center this for women, but I'm trying to make it more known significantly the gender that is mostly affected, which is women. You know, women are so sensitive, and mostly women, our relationship is a huge part of us every day. A lot of people may be saying no, nothing like a strong woman when it comes to relationship, and that's why women are more vulnerable. We are more vulnerable because men naturally can just stand up and say, listen, I'm done, and they move on, because most men don't connect with women emotionally. But for a woman, once a woman comes into your life, her emotions are in there. If once she tells you, I love you, maybe she sleeps with you, have sex with you, eat with you, wine with you, that her emotions are attached on your skin, on your body internally. So that is why it's very, very good for you to really identify the damage that relationship you're in is causing you. Because for the fact your emotions are connected, now it will be affecting your overall behavior, okay? So you have to identify it, then you walk away without the guilt. The practical point for you to walk away from relationships that is not working and move on is accepting the fact that this person is not taking you to your dream relationship or marriage or reality, okay? Accept it. Own it up. Because my father used to tell me that it's only when you accept a situation that is when you move on to a solution. Okay, if you are ignorant of a particular situation, you can never work it out. No solution will come to your brain. That is why it's important when something is not working, make sure you identify, accept it, take it to own it up. Because this guy now, you are planning that he's going to be my husband, he's going to be part of my kids, or this lady, she's going to be my wife. But in life, she's not giving you that potential of the kind of wife you want to keep in your house. And if you are a woman and you look at the man you are with and he's not giving you that particular qualities you want in your husband, ladies, you guys just stop doing this, okay? Come out really, you know what your girl is saying. Before you get married to a man, you already be looking at him like, okay, this man is my man. When I see him, I'll be like, my heart is sweeting me. The same thing to men. So if you see that those things are not in him, it's a reality you accept it. So you better don't move on. You better don't get in there. Because once you get in there, the only thing you are calling is frustration for the whole of your life. Whether you believe it or not. All these things I'm telling you is practical. And this is the main reason why you should walk away and start a new life with a new person. For example, you will stay on your own. That particular person will start texting you, calling you, hey babe, can we hang out? And you have to ask yourself, who am I after I hang out with this individual? What footsteps do this individual leave in my brain or my entire personality after hanging out with them? If the footstep, the feelings that they inject in you makes you happy, now it wants you going to hang out with them. But if you analyze the reality that once you go out and hang with this person, you come back, you start feeling depressed, you start feeling angry, you start feeling the worst of yourself, that means you shouldn't fall in the trap of still hanging out or reconnecting with the individual that you want to lay off your life. So we all have to look out for this, because these are common tricks and traps that keep women and men connected to someone that they want to disconnect in their life. And this is a new year. This is year 2025. You want to really, start a new plan for yourself. Stop reconnecting with people that leave bad footsteps in your mind, people that make you sad, people that make you lonely, people that make you look low of yourself. Sometimes in our life, there are people that leave us we feel down for who we are. So if your relationship you're into is giving you that vibe of feeling low, of not feeling energized, of not feeling at my best, and my this, and my that, so it's better you get off and disconnect without feeling the guilt of reconnection. This brings me to my next point. Do not feel sad whenever you are letting someone out of your life. Always remember that you know the best thing you want for you. And you are your best mentor. You are the one that can always make yourself happy, and you cannot put your happiness in the life of another person because you want to please them. So this is one reason why you should boldly and proudly leave someone that is making you unhappy in a relationship. Because the more you place yourself first, that is called first self-love. Self-love is when you place yourself first before any other person that you are letting into your own life, okay? So whenever you feel that sadness, because I know a lot of people who come, I'm feeling so down because I let him out. He's been calling me since morning. I don't want to pick up his call. These are no. When he calls you and disturbs you, block his line, block him up. Because the things he has is not putting in the things that you need to accept in your life. So proudly walk out of relationships that are not working. And look at them eyeball to eyeball and say, listen, you are a nice person. You are perfectly created, but this point, that point, this point does not align with the way I want my partner to be. So because of that, I don't want to have a show with you. I don't want to hurt you, and I don't want you to hurt me. I am calling it a quit. And if you present yourself like this, no matter who that person is, they are going to understand you from where you are coming from. And it's now left for them to work things out for themselves and now find a new partner for themselves, because you have already moved on. Okay, if you are watching me, please subscribe to this channel, because I give you everything to make relationship easy for you, natural for you, and the way it should be. My name is Lush, and turn on the notification button, because you'll be notified anytime I release a new video that is going to help you be a better you in your relationship and in your life in general. Okay, this brings me to my next point. Create a new identity for yourself. Develop a new identity of who you want to be. Because it's when you create it that people outside will look at you from the identity you have created. You cannot come now and be preaching, I don't want this, I don't want that, but you don't appear in a certain way. You should appear in a certain way that will make anybody that is coming into your life to treat you that way you have identified yourself. Okay, now what do I mean by creating a new identity for yourself? What I mean is by stepping up. Step up from who you are now to a new you, by creating out things you dislike, things you like, how you want a man to treat you, how you want a man to treat your emotions, how you want a woman to respect you as a man. All these things are the identity that will also help you never to reconnect back to those people you let out of your life. For example, you want a man that will come and cherish you because you are a woman that you are, and you have identified the values of how you want a man to make you happy. You prioritize your happiness, you prioritize your appearance, you prioritize the way you speak, you prioritize the kind of people you want to be mixed up with in your life. So create your identity. That is the first thing you have to do. Okay, because when you don't create your new identity, you will still end up with that kind of similar thing you used to have. And by so doing, you are not going nowhere. You are still where you are. The last one is act like your new identity. Because creating an identity is something else, but acting like the identity is another thing. Because sometimes some things are easy said than done. But what you have to know here is that when you now create that new identity for yourself, make sure you act like it. If you are a lady that always want to hang out when a man reach out and say, hi babe, can you come out with me by 9 o'clock? And for your new identity, you have to cast it and say, no, before I can hang out with a man late night, I have to really go to know him so well. I have to really be on a normal level with him to identify, to know who he is, know the kind of things he likes to do. Really present yourself in a good way before you let in those kind of requests from people randomly. Because if you don't act like that new person you have identified to be, it doesn't make sense. So these are things that will let you out of a toxic relationship and move you into a new one without feeling guilt, without even looking backwards. Because in the scripture it said that looking backwards is death. Yeah. So you really have to really work on yourself, work on your personality, make sure that anything that you are in is what you want. Don't do things to please someone else. Don't do things to make another person feel like I'm belonging. No. Anything you are doing in your life should be something purposely that satisfies you and makes you happy. So guys, this brings me to the last point of this video. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification button, and we'll roll from there. Your girl is Lush, and I'm so happy to be with you guys today. Love you guys. Feel free to write to me, comment under below, tell me a few things that you think that may be missing in this video so we can all grow together. I love you guys so much. Bye.